The 2022 D1 women's volleyball season is almost here. Michaela Chester here with NCAA Digital, and I have my preseason Power 10 rankings. Let's do it. Starting off with my #1 team in the nation heading into 2022, the Nebraska Huskers. The 2021 runner-ups return a stacked core after making it to the national championship and falling in 5 sets with mostly freshmen. They lose the legendary Lauren Stivrins and Kayla Caffey, but Caitlin Horde transferred to the program from Penn State. You've got Freshman of the Year Lexi Rodriguez, Maddie Kubik, their leading scorer, Nicklin Haynes, and then 2 more standout freshmen from last year, Allie Batenhorst and Lindsay Krause. Clear #1 in my book. At #2, I've got Texas, another clear pick with Logan Eggleston returning. Then listen to this lineup. They brought in Maddie Skinner from Kentucky and Zoe Fleck, a star libero from UCLA, and they've returned Asia O'Neal, Molly Phillips, and Melanie Parra. At 3, I've got the Louisville Cardinals. Yes, Tori Dilfer and Anna Stevenson are significant losses, but they return Claire Chaussee, Anna DeBeer, Aiko Jones, Elena Scott, and Amaya Tillman. And this is the team that last year just barely lost to the eventual champions in the semifinals. At 4, reigning national champion, Wisconsin. This is still a star-studded team, but they start outside the top 3 after losing Player of the Year Dana Retke, Sydney Hilly, and Lauren Barnes. Kelly Sheffield will try to fill those holes, though, with Kansas transfer Caroline Crawford and likely Chanel Bramschreiber from Baylor. At 5, I'm going with Ohio State. They've had success in the Big Ten with a young group that is pretty much all back this year, led by Emily Londot, Mac Podraza, Riley Rader, and Kylie Murr. 6 through 10 is where it's tough, and you might be surprised by this next one, but listen to this. I'm going with UCLA at 6. They lost Mac May. Considerable loss, right? But they brought in 2 huge transfers in Lauren Forte from Florida and Maddie McKissick from Georgia Tech, on top of an already stacked lineup. At 7, I'm going with Minnesota. Without Stephanie Samity, I feel like 7 is a good spot for them. They're still a solid program with good coaching, and they return a huge leader in Cece McGraw, on top of Jenna Wenas, Taylor Landfair, and Melanie Schaffmeister. And they picked up Erica Davis from Ohio State out of the transfer portal. Next, I have Georgia Tech, mostly because they returned one of the best players in the nation in Julia Bergman. Bianca Bertolino will need to step up with the loss of Mariana Brambilla, though. At #9, I'm going with the Washington Huskies, since All-Americans Claire Hoffman, Maren Grote, and Ella May Powell are returning this season. Maddie Ensley will also be back. Then lastly, at #10, I struggled here between teams like Pitt and Kentucky. Pitt brings back just 1 All-American in Serena Gray after losing a talented group of seniors. Kentucky lost Allie Stumler and Maddie Skinner, but they bring back 2 All-Americans in Azani Teeler and Emma Grohm, plus Penn State transfer Adonna Rollins. So I went with the Wildcats here. Purdue is also on the outside after some significant losses. Same with Baylor, post Yassiana Presley, and BYU. But this is just preseason. Let's see how they all surprise us. See you every week this season when volleyball kicks off August 26th.